Hi, we're group 18 and we're going to be doing middle adulthood, ages 36 to 65. Go.
By Colleen Williams, Abbey Bowrey, Sarah Hirst,
And Luke Fava, spring 2018.
For the interview, we decided to interview Abby's mom, Tanya Bowrey. We chose Tanya because she is an occupational therapist, which is what we are all majoring in. Abbey interviewed her mom at home and at her work, which is a hospital, over Easter break and recorded a video of Tanya. Abbey shared the video with the rest of the group and we put the information together along with different references.
Tanya Suzanne Tilton was born September 11, 1971 in Decatur, Illinois. She grew up living a simple life in a farmhouse with 3 older brothers. She was also a member of her local 4-H club where she could show off her creativity and played softball once she grew older. Once able to drive, she waitressed at a local restaurant while in high school. Her college experience was a little crazy since she attended 3 different universities in order to get into the occupational therapy program that she wanted. Once she got into the OT program at Washington University in St. Louis, she was allowed to graduate a year early with the amount of credits she had earned. Throughout this entire college experience, she was dating and then got engaged to Gary Bowrey. They were soon married right out of college. Tanya also then received her first job right out of college at Decatur Memorial Hospital, where she continued to work for 15 years, holding various positions as an OT until she moved to a smaller hospital where she is now the manager of rehabilitation services. Daily, she works 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., seeing inpatients, outpatients, and home care patients, as well as carrying out her day-to-day managerial duties such as payroll, program development, and managing statistics of the program. She also sees over all of the PTs, OTs, speech pathologists, athletic trainers, and the hospital wellness program. Tanya became an occupational therapist mainly because it fit her personality perfectly. She took a class that described occupational therapy as using creativity and crafts to help others develop properly and become independent while she was in high school. She loves this job because she is able to use her strong interpersonal skills to connect with her patients' families and her patients and figure out the best way to help the patient recover and meet their goals. Tanya was actually also featured in Life magazine years ago for therapy that she provided for a patient who was severely injured by a train accident. Work and life balance can be very difficult. When Tanya is finally able to have a free moment, she enjoys spending time with her children, 2 of which are in college at Butler University in Indianapolis and St. Louis University. She spends much of her time traveling to show choir competitions with her husband all over the nation to watch their youngest son, Nathan, perform. She also enjoys occasionally joining her friends on scrapbooking weekends so she can show off some of her creativity. We applied 3 theories to Tanya as we observed her. The first is the attachment theory, the second, the sociocultural theory, and the third, the dynamic theory of multiple intelligences. The first, attachment theory, was created by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth. SimplyPsychology.org defines attachment as a deep and enduring emotional bond that connects one person to another across time and space. This theory is shown in Abby's relationship with her mom, Tanya. When Abbey went away to college, they maintained their close relationship by determining how to communicate with each other and stay in touch. Abbey and her mom still call and text regularly and have maintained their relationship. The second, the sociocultural theory, was created by Lev Vygotsky. This theory attributes an individual's functioning with interacting with others. Whether it be a patient, a family member, a caregiver, and even society in general, all of these things contribute to the individual's development. In Tanya's life, she mentions how her life has been strongly impacted by her family and relationships with others. As an occupational therapist, Tanya's functioning at work is greatly influenced by her work with patients and other colleagues. By making close, meaningful connections with her patients, she is able to improve her skills as an OT and help her patient as effectively as possible. The third theory is the dynamic theory of multiple intelligences that was developed by Howard Gardner. The theory states that though you can't measure an individual's intelligence one certain way, it is because the brain functions in such a vast amount of ways. However, he developed 9 categories that combined can measure an individual's intelligence. The 9 types are naturalistic, musical, logical, mathematical, existential, interpersonal, bodily kinesthetic, linguistic, intrapersonal, and spatial. The types we observed in our interview, Tanya, displayed the following 3. Interpersonal, bodily kinesthetic, and linguistic. Interpersonal was shown in her relationship with her colleagues and patients. In order to be an effective OT, she had to work one-on-one with patients to best suit their needs. The second was bodily kinesthetic. She displayed this inner work as an occupational therapist by her vast knowledge of how occupational therapists work and how the body works. The third is linguistic. She was able to effectively communicate her thoughts and feelings during our interview and in her profession as an OT. She also uses communication between her relationship with her daughter, Abbey, and her husband and other child, and with her peers and colleagues at work.
For our areas of development, we chose social, fine motor / perceptual motor, and functional skills. We chose social because Tanya is a typically developed middle-aged adult female. As someone in the middle adulthood category, Tanya has good communication skills. She's able to speak slowly and clearly and easy to understand, especially when dealing with patients. She primarily communicates verbally and resolves issues in a clear and calm way. As an occupational therapist, she needs to adjust her treatment / patient interaction based on the patient she's working with. She would not interact with a 4-year-old the same way as she does with a 46-year-old. The next developmental area we decided to go with was fine motor / perceptual motor. Tanya has full and complete control of her body, postures, and movement. She's able to use her hands, write, draw, color, and things like that without any difficulty. She uses her fine motor skills to improve the motor skills of others as an occupational therapist. Someone in middle adulthood is mobile and independent. She doesn't require any assistance in moving or getting around her home. There's no need for any environmental modification. Exercises and movements are different based on patient to patient. Different activities of daily living, or ADLs, that each demographic needs to work with. Everyone has an occupation. Children play, adults take care of themselves and others. The final developmental area we decided to study was functional skills. Tanya is able to perform all activities of daily living with ease and independence. Tanya has no issues with clothing herself, cooking, baking, or other daily activities like brushing her teeth and things of that nature. She's completely independent. As an occupational therapist, Tanya uses functional skills and teaches them to others, works with patients to become as close to independent as possible and complete their own activities of daily living.
I got married right after college. I have 3 kids. I think each time you have a new baby or a new child addition to your family member, that changes life as you know it. I felt every time I changed work sites, there's always, it's always a dramatic effect. Work has always been very important to me. I think family, of course. I'm now, roles have kind of changed. I'm doing a lot of care for my parents. And so that is, I suppose I'm to the middle age now where that happens. So that changes priorities. And of course, 2 out of 3 of my kiddos have moved away to college. And so I just have one young one at home. That's a big difference. That's really been a challenging transition. As a working mom, for work to be important to me, and I take my OT stuff pretty seriously, it's hard being a working mom. Not everybody came from that. Not everybody is supportive of that. Not all culture is that, but that's changing. And compassion and caring, those things are important. Respect. And joy, those are the things I teach my employees, my colleagues, my staff.
The end.